I have to remind him to take a bath. I have to remind him to put deodorant on. I have to ask him, did you take a bath? Did you shave?
Is this an ongoing debate at the house?
I do my best not to do anything. I'm an innocent person under her Menopause Act.
Mr. Ford, I'm 52 as well.
Hey, congratulations,
You
I'm 56.
are treading on very thin ice in here.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. Opposites attracted when Michele and John met online 3 years ago. She was a New York City girl, and he was a free-spirited country kind of guy. Soon after connecting online, Michele found herself on a one-way trip to Alaska to move in with John sight unseen. Now all she wants is a one-way ticket out of his life.
This classy city girl is leaving the country bumpkin, leaving Alaska and going back to where I belong. I will be appreciated for what I can do.
I'm here to tell the queen bee to either accept me for who I am or she can go out and find Daddy Warbucks.
Michele says she will give John one more shot to make things right. But if he fails, she is on a plane and out of his life forever. Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Michele Dapuzzo-Lee and John Ford. The two of you have been cohabitating for the past 3 years. And Ms. Dapuzzo-Lee and Mr. Ford, you no longer want to be together. You would like to dissolve your cohabitation situation, and we're here to do that today. Before we get to that, however, I'm going to start with you, Ms. Dapuzzo-Lee. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Mr. Ford and why we're here today?
Okay. First, Your Honor, I'm from New York, okay?
Okay.
This is how I dress, day in and day out.
Lovely.
Thank you. My hair is done, my nails, my makeup, earrings, everything matches. Shoes, okay?
You're well put together.
Thank you. Thank you. This is what I deal with, okay? He dresses like this to go to the doctor.
100% all male, honey.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Did you remember to put your teeth in?
Mr. Dapuzzo-Lee, you're going to have to go all the way back over here.
Okay.
Now, my only
100%
question,
all
hang
male,
on.
Your Honor.
My
Please.
only
Oh,
question
please.
to you is this. While you two were getting acquainted, was he running around in a tux, or did he look like that when you got him?
Yes.
Then what makes it a problem now?
Because he won't, when we go to the grocery store or the doctor, he dresses like this and I dress like this. This is a reflection on me, okay? When I go out and I look like this, yeah. You see the shoes?
I wear these to church.
Honestly.
I wear
really?
those to church. It's what I wear. It's who I am.
It's ridiculous. It really is. We go into the store and people are looking at me up and down, and then they look at him and they're shaking their heads.
So is this an ongoing debate at the house? The way you dress?
I do my best not to do anything. I'm an innocent person under her Menopause Act, and that's what this is
No,
menopause.
it has nothing to do with my menopause.
And any woman over 40 years old should carry menopause insurance.
You don't even know what
Now, Mr. Ford,
and you won't even.
I'm 52 as well.
Hey, congratulations,
You
I'm 56.
are treading on very thin ice in here.
Thank you.
If you haven't dealt with it, don't talk about it.
I deal with it daily.
Relax a little bit.
I deal with it daily.
You don't even put deodorant on.
Oh, I do.
Did you put your teeth in at least?
Hey, as far as the deodorant and stuff, we go out fishing, and we're going fishing, and she's got high heels on and dress in a boat, going down the dock.
Do you put on you went fishing in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what were you thinking?
That's what you go for. I mean, this is crazy.
Seriously, what were you thinking? What did you think would happen?
This is how I dress all the time. I don't want to dress like that. No matter where we go, I'm a reflection on you, and I'm the one that looks good. Everybody tells you got a great woman. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's always dressed up. And all I hear is, hey, honey, I can treat you better than that. I can dress up for you.
Your best friend is a mirror.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Dapuzzo-Lee,
You don't even have any class.
That's your best friend is a mirror.
Mr. Dapuzzo-Lee, if you're so concerned about appearances, why'd you hook up with the man to begin with? He wasn't hiding. He wasn't pretending. What did you think would happen?
I figured I'd bring some class into his life. That's all.
Class?
Yeah, it's class. I'm very classy. And you're not.
Mr. Ford, somebody tell me about the filet mignon.
Okay, we went to a restaurant. He orders filet mignon, doesn't even know what the heck filet mignon is. I have to explain it to him.
You don't know the difference between a
please.
spark plug and a main bearing.
I don't have to. That's what I got you for.
Mr. Ford, talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah,
Talk
well,
to
she
me.
couldn't tell you the difference between a spark plug and a main bearing.
So?
And neither can I. I don't get it.
Thank
I mean, do you want to come home to your woman and talk cars? Or do we?
I'm not a car person.
Oh, no, he's a motorcycle person.
Yeah.
And all I hear is about the stupid motorcycle that he just got. He can't buy me a car. No, it has to be a motorcycle because he wants to relive his youth. Honestly, he's obsessive over that. He even went and bought wax for it so he can wax it. And he's reading on the internet that he's always on the internet, either playing video games all day long, or he's on with the motorcycle. And he yells at the TV in the middle of the night. Now, I go to bed about 9 o'clock because I have to have 9 hours of sleep,
I'm
okay?
guilty. Execute
Oh, my
me.
gosh. And it's like, John, it's a game. And can you lower it? I got it so down I can't hear it. Well, lower it. I can hear it. Oh, you can't hear it. There's no way you can hear that. Yeah, I can. Can you lower it, please? And then he yells at me. Well, get earplugs. I did get earplugs. They don't bloody work. You're so loud, it drives me crazy.
Oh, the real thing here is you're always trying to lure me in the bed because you're the nymphomaniac.
Oh my God.
You're the nymphomaniac.
John,
you pin me up
you don't
against
even
the
put
wall.
deodorant.
Mr. Ford, speak to me.
He stinks so
Oh, stop,
highly.
Mr. Dapuzzo-Lee, please.
She's pushed me up against the wall demanding sex.
God.
Can you lure me into the bed?
That ain't true.
Oh.
You're the one on testosterone, honey, not me.
When Divorce Court continues, what made Michele move to the 49th state?
What was he saying to you that said,
He
get
was-
up and move from Kansas to Alaska? Have you been cohabitating for years and find that splitting up is as complicated as a divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Michele Dapuzzo-Lee, who wants to dissolve her live-in arrangement with her boyfriend of 3 years because he dresses like a slob. But does that stop her from putting her hands all over him?
We're sitting in the church, and she's trying to get me to put my hand up her legs and all the
I
time.
did not.
In church.
Well, how did you two meet? I can't imagine you guys frequenting the same places.
No, I was in Kansas and I met him online, and we.
You wanted a real man, and you got one, and now you can't handle
Oh
it.
my gosh, you have no
That's what it all comes down to. That's what it all comes.
Now walk me through this. You're
Okay.
online. Is this a dating site or
Yes,
what is
it's a
it?
dating site. It's a dating site.
And you
He had
run
a-
into him.
Yes, and he had a very nice picture. A very nice picture on. I did not see this.
All that. Oh, no. Let's stop talking about looks for a while. Because
Okay.
I've lost interest in that quite some time ago.
Okay.
Here's what I want to ask you.
Okay.
What was he saying to you that said,
Oh, he
get
was-
up and move from, where were you?
Kansas.
From Kansas to Alaska.
He wrote poetry to me and was very romantic over the
How
phone.
long were you in contact with one another on the internet before you moved to
4
Alaska?
months.
4
Something like
months.
that,
4
yeah.
months.
In that 4-month period, did you have an occasion to speak with him over the telephone?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have an
Hours.
occasion to
Hours.
meet in person?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So in 4 months, based on internet communication and telephone calls, you packed up your life
Yep. And moved to Alaska.
and moved to Alaska.
Yep.
Now, what do you think? Like, you're a nice guy. I get that. You're standing here, you got a good sense of humor. But if, let's say I was a serial killer or something, do you think I'd get on the internet and said, hey, I'm looking for a woman to chop up? Or do you think he would get online, write poetry, tell you everything you want to hear, get you to where he is, way out in Alaska, and then, whoo, you got a problem?
Right. I just took a chance.
Did you do any? Did you look him up? Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you do
research.
a criminal background
I did a criminal
search on
background.
him?
There wasn't anything, so I knew he was okay.
So when she got there, and you saw who she was and how she dressed, did you question your decision?
Well, I was nervous. There's no doubt about that. And I picked her up at the airport. We went straight to church. And we're sitting in the church. And she's trying to get me put my hand up her legs and all the time.
I did not.
In church.
I did.
You did too.
I did not.
You did too.
I did not.
I mean, she's trying to get me to put my hand up her, and I'm in church.
I did not.
Now, Mr. Ford, that's an interesting thing to do. When you met her, you first took her to church.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's what I normally do on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
she
you were
got
on your
on
way
the
to church,
Sunday
you
morning
picked and
jet,
scooped her up and brought her on in there with you.
Yeah.
I like that. Everybody else is at the club. You took her to church. I like that. Mr. Dapuzzo-Lee, let me ask you this. You like your high heels and your nice clothes and, you know, digging on all this kind of stuff. What were you thinking life was going to be like in Alaska?
Same, I thought that it would be like in Kansas. He even told me that they had, I asked him, I said, do you have a beach? He goes, yes. I went out and bought a string bikini. He didn't tell me that only whales could swim in the damn water.
I've swam out there before.
You know where Alaska is, right?
Yeah.
And did you do any investigation about Alaska? Because they've got beautiful cities in Alaska.
Oh, it's
Some of them
beautiful out
are
there.
hustling and bustling and in a good city. Did you do some research about where he physically lived?
Yes, I did. I looked at the prices and everything. I looked at what there was going to be, but I didn't realize that there wasn't going to be any culture out there and that he wouldn't even let me watch opera.
I don't care if you watch opera.
Oh, please. I watched Madame Butterfly, and you went crazy saying, that's not music, that's not music.
Well,
YouTube
I
and your
understand
IAD.
Liza Minnelli once told you were a good singer.
Yes.
When did she have an opportunity to do that?
I was a singer in Atlantic City for quite a number of years. So I sang professionally. We had a band.
Uh-huh.
And I met her and Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra down in Atlantic
I'm
City
not
and sang
impressed.
with it.
Well, I
Sorry.
am. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind
Thank
of
you.
cool.
When divorce court continues, is Michele to blame for the demise of this relationship?
In the past, have the men that you've been with been able to cope with you
Yes.
well?
Yes.
Have you been married before?
I was married 4 times.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of John Ford, who says he wants to call it quits with his live-in girlfriend because he can't take her menopausal mood swings. But is that really the problem?
Mrs. Dapuzzo-Lee, you seem a little unrealistic, hard to please, and incessant. Those are the 3 words that are floating around your head. Ms. Dapuzzo-Lee, I understand that you have a problem with Mr. Ford's hygiene.
Oh, God, yes, I do.
Tell me about that.
I have to remind him to take a bath. I have to remind him that I even had his hair cut because it was all, he looks like a Mama Luke, so I'm trying to clean him up a little bit. I have to remind him to put deodorant on. I have to ask him, did you take a bath? Did you shave? He wears patchouli oil and thinks that's going to be okay. And then when he wants to climb in bed with me, he stinks to high heaven. And then he wants to have some, you ain't getting in bed with me like that. And your feet stink because you don't wear socks. You don't
can
have
sure
socks on, don't you?
roll it out, honey.
What, Mr. Ford? Do you love her anyway?
You know, I love her. And when things are right between us, I mean, it's really right. But when it's off, it's really off.
Well, when are things right?
Yeah, when are things right?
When we go up to the hospital and you get some menopause stuff, whatever they shoot you up
Oh,
with.
here we go with that again.
I have absolutely no sympathy for you on that one. Mrs. Dapuzzo-Lee, you seem a little unrealistic, hard to please, and incessant. Those are the 3 words that are floating around your head. Would you agree that any or all of that is true?
Yes. Yes, I am a very difficult person to live with.
That's an understatement.
I'm a very difficult person to live with. I'm a prima donna, always have been. Hey, you call me the queen bee? Honey, I'm that and all that.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's who I am. I'm culture, I'm class.
Well, in the past, have the men that you've been with been able to cope with you
Yes,
well?
yes.
Have you been
Excuse me?
married before?
I was married 4 times.
She's a combat veteran in marriage.
Yes.
So you've been married 4 times
Yes.
before, and they never worked out.
No.
Have you discerned what part you may have played in the demise of all your relationships?
We're perfect.
The first 3 were arranged, so it wasn't really my fault.
The first 3 were arranged.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain that to me?
I'm Sicilian, and my family arranged my marriages.
You know, after the second one, I'd have turned around and said, hey, Mom, Pop, you're not doing a
You
good
know
job
what?
here.
You
Let me
can't.
go.
You can't. Not to a Sicilian, you can't.
What does the family think about Mr. Ford?
My family's all deceased,
Oh, okay.
so they can't arrange anything, thank God.
Anymore. You're making your own mistakes now.
Yeah, I'm making my own mistakes now, yes.
Okay.
When divorce court continues, Judge Lynn asks the ultimate question.
Mr. Ford, do you want her to leave or do you want to keep her?
Divorce court returns with the case of Michele Dapuzzo-Lee and John Ford, who met on the internet and now want to end their 3-year relationship.
Why don't you tell me what the final straw was, Mr.
The final
Dapuzzo-Lee?
straw was, first of all, he promised me a ring. He didn't buy me the ring. He went online and bought a ring, but didn't have enough money to pay for it.
Yeah, I didn't. I was broke.
He didn't have the money. I paid for it, and I'm still waiting on that, okay? I buy him a $300 ring, sapphire and diamonds. He can't even find where he put it. That's how much he appreciates what I get him. Then I want to go out dancing. And I've been saying this and saying this and saying this. And finally he says, okay, all right, I'm going to take you out dancing. So we go to a restaurant.
Excuse
no,
me.
Wait,
Stop.
We go to a restaurant, okay, to go dancing. And because he can't stand the music, all right, it's too loud, it's too, I don't know, he doesn't like it, it's too rocky or whatever. And he says to me, I said, are you going to dance with me? No, I'm going to go home. I don't like the music. I got up and walked out and left, and I started packing my bags right then and there.
Okay. Mr. Ford, did that happen?
Pretty much just like she said, but she left out a couple of,
Well, what did she leave out?
well, you know, like, I don't dance. She loves dancing, and I don't dance. I mean, me dancing is like an octopus on roller skates.
But you said you would learn.
I don't dance.
You said you would learn and you would let me teach you. You promised me 10 minutes a day where I could teach
okay,
you.
hang me for
and
it.
you don't do it.
But
Mr. Ford, what else did
okay,
she
the
leave
thing with
out?
the ring thing, if she really wanted to get me some fishing gear or some motorcycle, you know, like
made a
tires or
commitment.
something.
When you
That's
made a
more
commitment, you
important than a
put-
ring. I don't care
I'm
about a
sorry.
ring.
I want a man wearing a ring.
Do you
under the
want, Mr.
commitment.
Ford, do you want her to leave or do you want to keep her?
If she's going to try and change me, go find Daddy Warbucks. Because, honey,
Fine.
I'm all man that you can't resist.
Oh.
When we
Okay.
get behind closed doors, you're total.
You know.
She tries to rip my clothes
I
off before.
do not.
You do
Honey,
too.
you stink too
You
much.
have.
I have not.
You have to.
I have not.
Mr.
Supposed to put him in the
Dapuzzo-Lee,
boat.
Mr. Ford, I am all done.
You're
Here's
all-
where we are. You can't sue him for that. You just can't. Doesn't make any sense. You can't. You know, he promised, he didn't do it. You know, you can't do that. There's no mutual exchange of promises. There's no contractual arrangement. That just didn't happen. Mr. Dapuzzo-Lee, what I would do is get a pair of jeans, some gym shoes, and join the man in the fishing boat. There will be no recovery in this matter. It
Oh,
is so.
come on.
All right.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What about my
Parties may
menopause
leave the
insurance?
courtroom.
Michele says she's toned down her act since the show. She even wore jeans to go fishing recently. John says he's trying harder to be more civilized and has taken Michele to the kind of classy places she likes. They've moved to a bigger place with a TV room farther away from their bedroom, and John is hopeful that Michele will love him for what he is on the inside, not the outside.